Hi friends, I'm Dr. Andy Miller from Wesley Biblical Seminary, and this is the second part in our series this summer on the book of Jude. After Jude acknowledges the fact that he didn't want to write this letter, he says, and he challenges these believers to contend for the faith once for all delivered to the saints. It's interesting to me that he calls upon them to be contenders. Now, this word kind of has as its center the idea of getting into the ring. Actually, at the center of the Greek word, epiagonisthai, is the idea of a circle or a ring. It's like this challenge to get into the battle, to not stay on the sidelines. And that in light of the challenges that this church specifically is experiencing, he's challenging them to get into the fight. And what does he want them to get into the fight for? He wants them to get into the fight for the faith once for all delivered to the saints. Now, some people in our time might think that the idea that there is something once for all happened is not really very sympathetic to our society. And the truth is, it's not. Instead, this idea that the gospel, the canon, is closed is a critical understanding for us as we think about the nature of the gospel and what has been revealed about the person of Jesus. As we contend for this faith, we contend for the faith that has been delivered and has been affirmed throughout generations. So when we're challenged to get into the ring ourselves, we don't get into the ring by ourselves. We have the great cloud of witnesses alongside of us, encouraging us to contend for the faith in our time. And here's why Jude does that. Because he knows they can do it. I had a car that was really a problem for me. I took it to the shop and I was really certain I needed to sell this car. And the mechanic was really mad at me because he thought my car was great. Well, this car had broken down on me multiple times and I was through with this car. And this guy actually got down on the ground, believe it or not, and petted this car and said, there, you're a good car, you're a good car. I thought, this guy's nuts. And I think he is. But nevertheless, something interesting in that moment came to me. It's like, this guy sees something in my car that I can't see. And I want you to know that God sees something in you that you may not be able to see. He's created you for this time to contend for the faith. And we might think, man, it would have been so much easier if I would have been born 100 years ago. But God's created you for this time and your kids for this time so that you can contend for the faith once for all delivered to the saints.